All right, going live in three, two, one. Well, this is Soaking Up Spilled Ink with Rachel. We're up to episode number 14. How are you doing this evening, Rachel?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I can see where you have BoJack Horseman, right? That's the main character
Yes,
here.
that
All ready to
is.
go.
Mm-hmm.
All ready to go for our show episode, our review tonight. Obviously the title is in the video. Just the title of the video is there. It says that as well. Episode. I labeled it as BoJack Horseman episode number 1. I didn't want to get more detailed than that, but
Yeah.
as far as so just so our viewers know what the image is. I had never heard of the show before, so
Oh, yeah.
and I assume that there's probably people that like me just hadn't heard of it. So I just want to make sure everyone knew who that was before we went too far.
Probably a good idea.
So how are things going in the world of Rachel? Anything exciting?
um, Things are going pretty good. Nothing too exciting. Um, get to see one of my friends. He still lives in Barcelona. I lived there for a little while. He's got a layover in New York, so I'm picking him up on his long layover. We're hanging out, and then I'll bring him back to the airport. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be exciting. Other than
Interesting.
that,
Barcelona.
yeah, I lived there for a year in 20. I never remember now because it doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but I think it was 2018, which only
Oh.
feels like last year, even though it's 2022.
I guess the past 2 years kind of changed your mindset or something. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's definitely crazy. But yeah, we met in college and he moved to Spain because he's from Venezuela. His grandparents live in Italy, so he has European citizenship. So he lived in Spain and he was always saying like, you should come visit, you should come visit, you should come visit. And I was like, I don't want to go for just like a week. I want to be able to do more. So I went and moved out there for the year of 2018. So
Wow. So
yeah.
was it nice? How was it there? Was it
Oh, I
would you
love it.
recommend visiting? Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so wonderful. I loved everything about it. Like I always think about like going back but like my sister just had a baby and I'm kind of mad about it because it makes it harder to live abroad and be able to be with the baby. She lives in Florida, so it's hard enough already, but coordinating a flight from New York to Florida is a little bit easier than Spain to Florida. Um but I loved it. It was beautiful. The food's amazing. The people are so nice. It was wonderful.
Oh. So
Absolutely beautiful city.
if we have any Barcelona viewers out there, because we have a very wide international audience, you could say
Mhm.
maybe they'll comment and say hello to you. So,
Oh, very cool. Let's
and we
see if
have
anybody.
We have Destin House Play 3.0 saying hello already. I cut you off there. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt.
no, that's okay. I was just I was gonna say the same thing. I
Oh,
saw that somebody said hello.
okay. So before we go too far, I just want to remind everybody, if you'd like to help support what we're doing, we have a link for NordVPN, an affiliate link that is in our description below. So the service I recommended, I've used it, and you can hide your identity. You can, if you're worried about your personal information, things like that. You can also, several people told me that I have not tried this myself, but several people have confirmed that you can use it to watch streaming services from other parts of the world that where you
You
would normally be blocked. So
Yes, you absolutely can. I did that when I was in Spain because a few shows were blocked from Spain, so I used a VPN to pretend that I was in the US or the UK, and I was able
and
to watch those shows.
yeah, and we have definitely have a international audience. I would say Germany for a while was a place that where for some reason my videos would get blocked in Germany, mostly because there was like copyrighted music in the background, my older video game
Mm.
footage. And so I'd have fans that would tell me I couldn't see your video. And so I wonder, I don't know if it works on YouTube. I would assume it does, but I'd like to hear if someone could tell
Yeah,
us if you.
I believe it does. I never ran into a YouTube video I couldn't watch and thought of using a VPN for that, but I don't see why you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, I mean, well, so YouTube does a pretty good job of hiding them if you're not in that country. So you'd have to know what the video actually
Yeah,
existed.
you'd have to
So,
look. You'd have to specifically know. Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, I mostly just follow cooking videos on YouTube and stuff. Maybe a few comedians and things like that, but
Okay. And before we go too far, we'd like to, if you'd like to, promote your. I'm sorry, I always forget the name of your charity. I'm sorry, your organization. I'm sorry, I can't
yes.
remember.
Um, Literacy Connections of the Hudson Valley. We are a nonprofit organization. We recruit volunteers to help teach people how to read, write, and speak English for the first time. We are entirely grant and donor funded. So if you live in the Hudson Valley and want to be a volunteer or know somebody that needs to learn how to read or how to speak English as a foreign language, you can send them over to us. If you don't live in the area, you can always donate to us. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and there it is. Sorry, I was trying to should have brought that up earlier, but here's the website right here. So
with a nice big donate button that's very clickable.
right there. So
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So cool. All right. Yeah. And how long have you been? I don't know if you said how long have you been part of this? I don't know if I ever asked you.
Since I came back from Spain, actually, because I taught English in Spain and I was looking for something else here. Because I do some television and film work, so I do Literacy Connections part-time. I was looking for something when I came back, and I started as a volunteer, and they needed help. And so I became an assistant, and then in 2020, I became a program coordinator for Orange County, New York. Okay. Yeah.
Cool. And the link is in the description below, and the complete description is also there as well. So it describes what it is, and it has, I'm just reading through it. Yeah, it's basically everything you said. Check it out. And as far as I think I've asked, I know I've asked this before. It doesn't matter if you're local or not, you can still help in some way, is what I want to say. So.
Yes, exactly.
Cool. Alrighty. So let's take a look for our question from last week. So I'm bringing that up right now. Give me 1 second. Alrighty. So what is the worst place that you've been dumped? So 1,300 votes so far is 60% with a wedding. People, that's 60% people are dumped at a wedding out of 1,300 votes. That's interesting.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. I wonder if people were guests when that happened, or if they were like left at the altar, kind of dumped.
Yeah, I know. So what's that movie, The Graduate, with from the 1960s? Dustin Hoffman. Have you ever seen that?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, it's okay. There's a famous scene at the end where he comes in and he says he loves her, and so she leaves the guy that she's going to marry, and they could drive off together at the very end.
Okay.
Let's see, 11% with a school dance, or your choice. 6% with a funeral.
Yeah, that one's bad too.
And 4% with on a jumbotron sporting it.
Yeah. That would be yeah.
Nice response here, actually. You want to read through these?
Yeah. So, we got birthday parties. 18th birthday party. And somebody says none. We got a never. At the airport. So it's either like you picked somebody up from the airport and they were like, "Nah, I'm good," or that looks, I don't know, at the airport. You could be on your way to a trip and they're like, "Nah, I'm not doing it anymore."
Yeah.
Her room.
Maybe
Christmas
maybe you meant to meet somebody, like you're meant to meet your lover.
Yeah.
They dumped you at the airport. You flew all the way to meet them, and then they dumped you.
That would be a bad one. Yeah. Tell people before the flight. You got to tell them before the flight. That's not nice. Her room, Christmas Eve, not ready for a relationship. 3 days later, banging a coworker. Well, sounds like there's some stories there. Over the phone, unexpectedly, after a year and a half of dating, that went really well. That's not fun.
Oh yeah.
We got something that needs to translate there, but
we'll just leave it. We'll leave that there. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Never had a girl. That's not gonna read that one. People can read that for themselves.
Okay.
2 times being dumped at home via text. Text is bad too. Never dumped anyone, nor did my girl dump me. 6 years and counting. Very good. Smugwise, good name for that. Never had a girlfriend. Nothing happened. Somebody is very incredulous at a funeral one. A birthday event.
Yeah. I was
Mhm.
just saying this Kiss Best fan, one of our regular viewers.
Yeah, the worst place is there when my parents talk to their friends and I have to sit and listen to their talk.
Hmm?
Okay, I'm not
I don't,
sure.
yeah, that I don't get that one.
Yeah, I
So,
don't either.
but if
Another
you,
one with yeah,
that's nothing.
just a
Never mind.
different language. Another incredulous at a funeral. Somebody else on a date. These pools are more efficient than Secret Service interrogations. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Ask Mr. Steven. He knows everything. Well, I'm not sure who Mr. Steven is, but if he knows everything, he knows who I am.
Yeah. But that's quite interesting. I mean, considering the responses we gave, so I'm surprised how many. I mean,
Yeah, the wedding one really topped it out.
I would expect that your choice. I would have thought your choice would have been the number one based on
Right?
our the other four that we gave. Although a school dance would, I would think maybe a school dance would be pretty high, but it's not, which is kind of
Yeah.
interesting. The other three, yeah, those are all kind of interesting. So, but
Yeah. Hmm.
anything else you'd like to add to that one?
Um, I remember when my brother was in, I don't know, like elementary school or middle school, he would like randomly get a girlfriend, but he was always so quiet, he didn't know what to do about anything. But he would always randomly get a girlfriend around a holiday or their birthday, and then like a week or so later, they would dump him. That happened to him like 4 times
Oh,
because like he was quiet and didn't really talk much. So I guess a few people were just like, "Hey, he's good at giving gifts. Let's just do that." And of course, it was always my mom picking out the gifts, you know? But
your mom picked the
I
gifts for the
remember that.
girlfriend. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, he was in elementary school, middle school. He had no idea what he was doing.
Oh, really young. Oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. I thought it was like high school or something. I missed that
No,
part.
it's like silly little things, you know?
Hmm. Oh,
But yeah.
that's interesting. Yeah, I was. That's yeah. I don't remember elementary school. That's really young for dating. Really?
Yeah, I know, no, it was really like, "Oh, you're my boyfriend now," like, silly things, but they would make him buy them a present, and then later, like, "We're not dating anymore, we're just friends, it's fine," and he'd be like, "Okay." I don't know, it was so silly.
Alrighty. Well, let's see. We were working on a question before we went live, and we decided to use something about pickles, but I wasn't sure how to word
We
it
got in a
exactly.
conversation
What is
about
your favorite?
pickles.
Well, favorite kind of pickle, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, favorite kind of
Okay,
pickle.
that's simple enough.
Yeah,
I you'll,
'cause,
yeah.
I think we went from talking about pizza to talking about pickles because I like pickles on my pizza.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was interesting. Yeah. Tell me why, what made you do that? Because I don't think I've ever heard that. Is that something that other people? I really have never heard
Well,
that.
actually, it's this one pizza place by near where I live. Like I didn't even know it was a thing, and I was talking to somebody about how much I like pickles because I really do. And somebody was like, "Oh, have you tried this place's pickle pizza?" And I was like, "Oh my god, no, I have to try this." And I next time I went over there, I ordered it and I was like, and it's just so good. It's just regular cheese pizza with dill pickle pieces all over it. And it's just so good. My
Hmm.
friend and I get it every time we go because it's so good. We both really like pickles.
Oh, I like pickles too. My story is I used to get McDonald's all the time when I was younger,
Mhm.
and there was a pickle in the burger. And this is gonna sound strange. I actually hated the pickle. What I do is I pull the pickle out, but I would then to eat it afterwards. I started because of that. I would actually start liking the pickle by itself, not in the burger, but by itself. So I started to
Okay.
get hooked on eating pickles, and I'd buy jars of sliced pickles because I liked them so much. So, and,
Nice.
and so it was kind of those weird things. I hated
Mhm.
it, but I grew to like it because I hated it. If that makes any
Yeah.
sense.
That
Yeah.
reminds me of another story about pickles and burgers. We were at a Wendy's when we and I don't remember how old we were, but my aunt kept going around, "Make sure you check for pickles." And at the time, I don't remember why I looked because I like pickles, and I guess my cousin maybe didn't, but I did open my burger to look, and there was a fly on my burger.
Oh,
So I
you.
was like, I'm glad that I looked, even though I look back on it and wonder why, because I like pickles. I don't know why she was telling me to check to make sure it had no pickles on it. And I was like, I love pickles, but I'm glad I did because there was a fly.
So now the fly, though, how was the fly just like, well, you need to, I guess, if you could describe it a little better, I guess. Was the fly dead and
Oh,
squished? Or,
yes. Oh,
oh,
yeah. It
okay.
was dead and
Okay.
squished onto the burger.
Oh, this is okay. Gross. Okay. For a
That was
second there.
that was like the last time I ever went to a Wendy's.
I was thinking maybe there was a fly that was on, maybe just landed on your food and jumped off again real quick.
No, it was definitely like maybe got cooked on the grill or something. It was definitely
Uh,
flat dead fly on my burger. It was not fun.
yeah, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
assume you just got rid of the whole burger at that
Oh,
point.
yeah, we definitely got rid of it, and they were like, "Do you want us to make you another one?" And we were like, "No, we're good," and we left. 'Cause like, "No, what do we no, no, thank you."
Yeah,
But
I've
yeah,
never.
I haven't eaten Wendy's since then.
Oh, I've never experienced that with Wendy's, and I've not been to Wendy's for a while, but I'd never had that problem with Wendy's. So I
Hmm.
mean, I don't know. Never. I can't even think of a bad experience I had at one of those places. I don't know any of the other ones either. McDonald's, Burger King. So, but
Mhm.
that's interesting. Any other bad food experiences going to a fast food place
I
for you?
mean, not anything like that. I think that was my one good bad fast food story.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So the question I typed down is, what is your favorite type of pickle? Would that be
Yeah, I
sort of
think that's good.
okay?
'Cause then there's, like, there's dill, there's the sweet gherkins, there's all sorts of pickles, garlic, plain,
Or like, what was that
and
second one you said? You said it
oh,
quickly. I'm sorry.
sweet the s they're sweet gherkins, what are they called? Let's see. I
Yeah,
think they're just called sweet gherkins.
gherkins. How's that spelled?
Gherkin.
S at the end? Gherkins,
Yeah,
or is
gherkins.
that right? Did I spell it right?
Mhm,
Okay, cool.
I think so,
I've
yeah.
never heard of that before. What is that
Those are like
exactly?
the little sweet, pickles like you would see on a charcuterie board?
On a what board? I'm sorry.
Like a charcuterie board?
Okay, I've never heard of that. Sorry, I haven't heard of that either.
Um, I don't
Uh,
know what else you would call them. They're just this bread and butter, but in, like, the little pickle like, they look like mini pickles.
oh, okay. Oh, okay. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, bread
Maybe.
and butter, but they kinda look like, um,
uh,
mini pickles.
maybe. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just
I
like those.
yeah, I have seen those. Okay, I know what that
Yeah.
is. Right. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. Any
And
other? I see one. There's a couple. We could do
bread
obviously
and
one.
butter is good, yeah, and then add your own, I guess. I like dill and garlic kinda mashed together.
Okay. Well, we should leave one in there for their choice. Unfortunately, we only have 5 responses. So
Ah,
did you?
yeah, let's
So
let's leave it your choice there.
okay. Okay. Does it look good? Anything? Let's see. Bill guys, bread and butter. First
Yeah,
choice. Okay. Cool.
that's pretty good. Oh, and we also talked about my grandmother when she was little, and, like, my grandmother lived to be 100, so she
Wow.
when she was little, she was born in, what was it, 1912? Um, so when she was little, she had a friend that would carry pickles in her front shirt pocket, and it would drive her friend's mother crazy because she would always have pickle stains on her shirt, and she would just carry pickles around in her front shirt pocket. And I always thought that was cute, and my grandmother always used to laugh when she told me that story about her friend that kept pickles in her pocket.
So the pickle stains, are they like grass stains? Are they hard to come out, or are they?
Um, I don't know actually. I mean, it's mostly just kind of like vinegar,
Hmm.
salt, and stuff, so I'm not sure if it left too much of a stain,
Can
but
vin-
either way,
I know
from
vinegar can cause some can cause some problems with
mhm,
with it. I remember if when I was a kid, I used to toss pennies into certain kinds of vinegar. I don't know what kind, and the penny would come out all weird looking afterwards, and you couldn't change the texture of it. It was like it would lose its original shine. So I don't. It would eat away. I guess it would eat away at the upper
mhm.
level of the penny or something. So
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
I would assume it might do some. I'm just guessing, of course. That it might do some damage to the clothing. I guess. So I don't know.
Possible. I think they use vinegar to clean some stains out of clothing too, but if it's been soaking in there for a while, it's probably not great.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well,
But
I posted it. I posted it already. So we
cool.
can. Alrighty. So we'll come back to that. So our show for tonight. You want to describe it for our viewers?
So the show is called BoJack Horseman. It is animated, obviously, because our main character is a horseman person thing. He basically was a star in the 90s, and he's kind of coasting off of that and trying to like find ways to still be relevant.
Okay, let
I
me
think
bring that up
that's
here.
yeah.
There we go, right there. So, and yeah, so the show itself has been on for, well, it was up. The last season was 2 years ago in 2020. Is that correct? I was looking
Yeah, I
it up.
think so.
Okay, and you yourself, you still have not watched the last few episodes.
I've
So,
not, because even though it's animated, even though it's ridiculous, the writers did such a good job of making you like care about these characters and everything. And the last 4 episodes, I can't bring myself to watch it because it's I don't want to like give spoilers or anything about it if you want to watch the whole thing through, but like he has patterns, and I it seemed like he was falling back into a pattern, and I didn't want to watch that happen again. He just yeah, I I don't want to say too much, but it was just it's hard to watch somebody do that to themselves, even if that person is a completely fictional horseman that you're watching a cartoon of.
well, so this cartoon is really taking on an actual life for you, I guess, in a sense. In a
I
sense,
mean,
right?
yeah, I think a lot of people felt that way. I think that's why it did so well and it had such a big following. The writing, I mean, if your writing is strong enough, it doesn't matter what the format is. And this writing was it was that strong, I believe. And it can make you really feel for characters and like I said, even though I know it's animated and it's ridiculous and these characters are all anthropomorphized animals, it's still a good story. And it's like I'm not frustrated with the writing at the end. I'm frustrated because this is exactly what this character would do. And like they build the whole thing. And it's just I thought I credit it to amazing writing. I really do.
Okay. And at this point, let me ask you this: as the show progresses, we'll get into the episode, of course, but
Mhm.
as the series progresses, I should say, do they get better? Do they stay consistent? How would you describe the writing as the show progresses?
I mean, it stays fairly consistent, but like with anything, you get more information on the characters, you get a little more background, they get a little more depth, and like you just see different aspects of their lives. And once the characters really get like fleshed out, we get all of their histories and stuff. It just really is good. I yeah, it's solid all the way through, and
So,
more than
so
solid because it's really good.
okay, and based on the fact I only watched the first 2 episodes, I've not watched any other.
Hmm.
Would you say that I've seen enough to qualify, like, say that it's like, you obviously, the show you said gets more in depth. What is the writing get better after the first 2 episodes, where or is it pretty much the same as it is for the first 2? I mean, is do you see these
Um,
and what I guess what I'm saying
I
is
think it's kind of on par with the rest of it. As far as I'm remembering, and I mean, I just watched them, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of on par with the rest of it. It's kind of like that quick-witted, things are happening, but it doesn't feel like um oh, I just had a way to describe it in my head. So it doesn't feel like they're just characters in a situation, you know, reacting to things. Like they each have specific personalities, and sometimes the writing doesn't make the characters react to the situation the way the character would. They want certain reactions to situations. But in when the writing is good enough, which I think this is, they have the character react how the character would actually react to the situation rather than we want to do this gag and have somebody react this way, even if it's not exactly what the character would do. I, I don't know if I'm explaining it well enough, if you're getting
I
my point.
I think I understand, yes. So
Okay.
but and as the show, well, you said it got good enough to the point where you're just well, you should explain to the viewers again. I think you said this before, though, that you're jumping to the fact that you don't want to watch the last 4 episodes. It's so good to you for you that you watching the last 4 episodes would bring it to an end, and you don't want to bring it to an end.
I mean, no, not even that. Like, I mean, this character has a history of self-destruction, and he goes through a lot of different things, and like he's trying to like break that pattern of self-destruction. And in these last 4 episodes, I feel like he's going back towards his old habits of self-destruction. And I don't know that for sure, but I can't watch him do it to himself again. And,
Oh,
like, it's
okay.
hard to watch somebody do this to themselves when they don't need to do this to themselves, even though it's a cartoon horse, which I feel like is a really good mark of the writing that I can't watch this horseman destroy himself again. And I don't even know if he's going to. I have no idea because I can't bring myself to watch him make the wrong choices again.
Ah,
And it's I think that's a mark of the writing that, like, I don't think of it as the writers are making a terrible decision for his character. I feel like this is what this character would do, and I can't watch him do it. I don't know if that's giving too much away or not, but
no, it would
yeah.
no, you're not really not. You're just
Yeah,
being
yeah, yeah.
as far as the last 4 episodes, do you think you'll ever get around to doing it?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I know I want to, and like everybody's just telling me you just have to do it. You have to watch it. And nobody's actually spoiled it for me at all. Like on the internet, like my brother has watched it and he hasn't done it. And my brother usually doesn't care about spoiling people. He actually, he just he'll say whatever he wants. And he hasn't spoiled it for me either. So like just tells me, you're just gonna have to do it. And I know I will eventually, but it's just so hard to like care about this person even though it's a cartoon horse, and it just yeah, I'll have to do it eventually, but
I guess
I'm
watching these first 2 episodes, I didn't really feel like I cared for him. I found him interesting, but I didn't really feel like I cared for him.
yeah,
So,
no, he's definitely like, especially in the beginning, he's definitely not a person that you could like or want to care about, and like he makes the wrong decisions a lot, and he's kind of a bad guy, and so like he's never like my favorite, but it's kind of like, watching a drug addict or something, and they fail over and over and over again, and then there finally looks like they're going to turn it around, and even if you don't like that person, you're like, okay, good, you finally got your life together, and then it looks like they're going to turn back to those old habits. It's not like like you don't have to specifically like that person to be frustrated by their decisions. And it's like, I've been watching you this whole time and you've gotten so far and now you're just going to throw it all away again,
right,
you know?
I understand. Yeah, I can relate. I've been invested in shows before where I get frustrated. With yeah, I feel that the characters. I don't want to. I
Mhm.
can relate. Not maybe not directly the same way, but I can relate.
Right.
So
Yeah.
because I've become
Yeah.
so invested in certain shows and characters, so I can understand what you're talking about.
And I just wanted it to make it like clear that it's not like a fault of the writing. It's not bad writing that he's doing this. It's like this is absolutely how this person would react in this situation. And it's which is why I think which is why I focus so heavily on the fact that it is good writing, because it doesn't feel out of character for it to be happening. It is
It flows
completely
naturally.
in
It feels.
character. It flows, yeah.
Okay.
It's the natural progression of things. Yeah.
We got a comment from Kib Mamba saying Dursa. Okay, I don't know what that means, but Dursa back. Okay. All right. So the pilot episode, I forget what the name of it is. We get the introduced to, we get I already BoJack Horseman.
BoJack.
Yes, I forgot his
Hmm.
name for a second there. So and yeah, he's like I said, he didn't seem to me to be very.
Oh,
uh,
he's not
yeah.
not
Okay.
likable at all. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm watching it the right way then.
No, yeah, yeah, no, he's not likable at all. He's like just trying to do this interview about his show Horsing Around, which is the show he had like in the 90s. He was like the TV dad in the TV show Horsing Around. And um
Kind of like a
this
parody.
interview goes terribly, but he thinks he's doing great.
It's kind of like similar to that of
Full
uh
House,
oh,
I
full,
think, is what they were going for, I
I was gonna
think.
say maybe the Cosby Show. I wasn't sure. So,
Cosby Show, Full House, all those kinds of things.
oh, okay, okay, the general shows from that era. Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
All right. So,
Yeah.
and oh, that's okay. That's what this is at the beginning. It's the
Yeah,
beginning.
the beginning is Horsing Around. That's his old show.
There we go, right there. Yeah, horse.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
And he's doing a little interview, and it's
who's this supposed to be like? It looks like someone from the '90s. I can't remember.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is about now time. I don't know who it's supposed to be,
Oh, that's
just
true.
talk show guy.
Okay. So, and let's see. So, oh, that the intro was interesting. Is this based on anything, or is this completely original? I thought it was kind
I'm
of
not
interesting
sure,
how
honestly.
how it just moves around and there's like a faded area in the back, kind of like with so.
Mhm.
It's interesting
Yeah,
though.
it kinda goes through all of the characters that are gonna be,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
show.
Yeah, I know. So let me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but yeah, I noticed that. It's like obviously I'd never seen the show, so the first one I didn't catch that, but the second episode I was like, oh, I saw those characters before, so I
Mhm.
was able to catch on that. So, um,
Yeah.
okay, so and okay, so he lives in this. He's well off still, I guess, right?
Yes, yeah, he's got some money left still. He's got that nice house and stuff, but he's still trying to make enough money to he's still trying to make money by selling his life story, his book, but he hasn't written a page of it.
Oh, that's right, that's right. They keep on talking about having a ghostwriter, and he was gonna,
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
And now that spanned over at least the first two episodes, right? Uh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, him writing his book is kind of a thing. And that's how we learn a little bit more about his past and things like that. And his
And
breakfast is a pill and vodka smoothie.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is the roommate right here,
Yes, Todd.
and is Todd is he maintained through the series, I guess, or
Yes, Todd is my favorite character. I
oh,
love
really?
Todd.
Oh, okay.
He's, like, genuine, he's sweet, he's there the whole time, he's always trying to help and be helpful, although he doesn't pay rent or anything, he just kinda lives there ever since his parents kicked him out,
Hmm.
but they kicked him out because he didn't have a job or do anything, and all he would do is play video games, which BoJack didn't know at first.
So, okay, so this is his, the publisher right here.
Publisher, yeah. Which I thought was funny because, he's a penguin and Penguin Random House is like is one of the big publishers,
Oh, okay, okay.
not in that world, in our world.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Penguin Random House is like the
I wasn't catching the jokes there, so I'm glad.
Mhm.
I assume it's intentional though, right?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
'Cause, there was some other reference later on, I forget what it was. I'm sure I'll remember it when I see it, or maybe it'll pop into my head, something similar.
Mhm.
So, um,
Yeah,
okay.
so he's trying to write his book and it's not working, and the publisher's like, "We're dying, we have nothing." He's
Eh
like thinking about what he's going to write for his first page, and it just kind of goes by days, and he hasn't said a single word into the tape.
so yeah. And BoJack is never they never make him to be stupid, right? And it's like
No, he's not stupid. He's just kind of a jerk, basically.
yeah, because I hate when you get with it when writing gets to a point where, like, they make the main character, like, stupid, and it's like
Yeah,
they don't seem to have to it's like they don't really understand their own character sometimes, I don't know. But, yeah,
yeah,
he definitely was not I didn't see that at all. I just wanted to ask you if that's what
yeah.
is supposed to be going on with that, so
No, no, he's not stupid. He's just mean,
yeah.
mostly.
And the publisher company is going under, if I remember correctly,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
so they're hoping that
They
when
won't.
this goes through, this will make them some money is what they're
Yes, yes.
so.
And he's like, "I'll write something and I'll talk to you in a week." And then this is a week later, and he just watches himself on TV.
I was just watching his old episodes over and over.
Yeah, he watches that a lot. He watches them a lot, which is just I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to watch myself on TV like that. I'm not sure. I don't
Yeah.
have anything to watch myself on TV with, but it's yeah, it's a little
Yeah,
weird.
I have a public access TV show I did with myself, and it's like I look all stiff and everything, so I it's funny because I asked my sister I said to myself, "Wow, do I look that stiff all on camera all the time?" She said, "You look stiff like that even when you're off camera." So so so,
Count on sisters to tell you the truth.
yes. So, alright, so, oh, yeah, this is the girlfriend. Did I miss anything?
Mhm.
As far oh, yeah,
Um,
this is kind of funny, yeah, because he breaks up with the girlfriend, but the girlfriend's still in the apartment there.
in the apartment, yeah,
By the
she's
house,
still there.
yeah.
Princess Caroline.
Is that her name? Okay, yeah, and
Mhm.
oh, I do like what I do like about her is she's a cat, and then
Yeah.
periodically, they'll have her, like, playing with, like, cat toys.
Yeah, playing with cat toys or hissing, and at one point he, like, throws her out of the car, and she, like, does a bunch of flips but lands right on her feet.
So, and she's the ex-girlfriend. They break up in this episode, and
Mhm.
but she's still his agent. So
Yes. And she's like, "You'll never hear from me again." And then, like, 3 seconds later, she calls him all chipper, like, "BoJack, how are you?" And he's like, "We just left." And she was like, "No, no, no. That was girlfriend. This is manager. Totally separate things."
So,
Mm. And he picks up a random girl at the bar,
oh yeah,
which is
yeah,
why she had dumped him.
yeah. Is this the whole reason? Okay, I didn't realize. Okay, maybe I
Yeah.
missed. Okay, is that was explained in the episode? Because I guess I missed that.
Mhm.
I didn't realize why they
Yeah,
were. Why
he's like, "I thought we had an open relationship or we weren't exclusive." And she was like, "No." But yeah. And he has sex with random girls while watching himself on BoJack Horseman, horsing around,
No,
which is just
before I get too far, the doesn't he meet a girl in a bar? Is that the second episode or is it this episode where the three young women recognize him?
yeah, I think that's the second episode. I'm not
Okay,
sure. I don't remember.
okay, because you say he picks up random girls. I guess it's a regular
Yeah.
thing with him.
Uh-huh.
Okay, okay,
Yeah. I mean, pseudo celebrity. It's probably not hard for him to pick up girls.
right.
Oh, and that was another reason. She said something about baby and he like shoves the baby over and like runs away and like causes a car accident and like all this kind of stuff just because she mentioned wanting to have a baby.
Uh-huh. No, this is doing the same. I hate to make references, but this is something that The Simpsons used to do, but the Family Guy way overdid over and over again. Was showing these little clips from the past like that.
Like cutaways, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's what I was.
Um
Yeah, is that
I think
common?
they more do that in the beginning to like get more information because I don't remember it happening that much later on.
Okay, just curious. So,
Yeah.
so his is his
Oh,
friend.
and here's Mr. Peanut Butter. Mr. Peanut Butter had the same type of show that BoJack did, just a little bit later. And so
There it is.
BoJack sees him as like the second rate BoJack. And Mr. Peanut Butter is his thing is always like, what is this, a crossover episode? Because they had the same type of TV show. But Mr. Peanut Butter is always happy, chipper, and excited,
Yes,
whereas BoJack is miserable and bitter all the time.
but they are friends though, right? Are
Mr. Peanut Butter thinks so.
oh, okay, okay. And then Mr.
And
Peanut Butter has a girlfriend that becomes the well. Let's say I guess we're jumping ahead to this. I think that was the
mhm,
second episode, is it? So I can't remember, but he has a
yeah,
girlfriend that becomes the ghost that is hinted at becoming the Ghost Rider. So,
yeah,
but,
yeah.
but yeah, I'm sorry, I don't mean to jump too far ahead
No,
though.
that's okay.
So stick to this one first, and then we'll get to that when we get there. So
Mhm.
okay, so there. Oh, this is this the scene where she gets dumped out, or is that
Yeah. Oh, it might be. No, no, because
no?
he brings her home. And she's still there.
Okay, they're still doing the cutaways, I guess, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you, so he was telling her about the night. Um, he's on because BoJack was wondering how Todd knew that they broke up, and it's because Princess Caroline is still in the apartment.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. I like that
He
kind
never drove her home.
of. Yeah. So yeah, she's still there the whole time. Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's
Oh,
see.
there it was. You just missed her. He popped her out of the car and she landed on her feet back a little bit there. So I would play it for because it's like only a second.
There we
Yeah. And she lands right on her feet
go.
like a cat.
Yeah. Yeah, the cat jokes are pretty funny, especially if you have a cat. You're going
Yeah, yeah.
you don't have a cat, you might not get the cat jokes. So
And then she's calling him all chipper. And if you look at her tea, it says, I'm pretty sure it says catnip. Yeah,
oh,
her
oh,
tea is catnip
oh,
tea.
I didn't catch that. So
Yeah.
okay.
And
So
talking about getting a ghostwriter. And they're
yeah,
talking about, yeah.
he's against it, right? At first, but then he's
Hmm.
kind of caves in after a while.
Yeah.
So
So he agrees to invite her over for like a party. I think he agrees with Todd to invite her over for a party. And Todd's having the party because some sort of something with a mafia?
oh,
That's
that's
never
right.
quite explained.
Yeah, like a
I'm not
drug
sure what.
cartel. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, because yeah, I know I was going to ask you about that because I was a little confused on that part of it. So yeah,
Yeah. So like this randomly happens. And Todd's
because
getting slapped around by like drug cartel people, I guess, or weapons dealers, or I don't even know.
yeah, I was trying to figure that. I was trying, and yeah, you said like you said, it was never explained. So I wasn't sure if it was explained later on in an episode, a future episode, but
I don't remember. I feel like it might be, but I haven't watched it in a while. But Todd really needs to have a party happen here.
so, yeah. So he go here. Say she's. Oh, who's the?
Because
Is that?
they had sex again last night.
Oh, did
So
they?
that's
Oh,
why
okay.
Princess Caroline is back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So looking at the book. Oh, so that's that. You can see the right there. Oh, secretariat. Is that what it is?
Yeah, Secretariat. He always wanted to play Secretariat in a movie.
Right, and you can see there she is on the back of the that's
Yeah.
gonna be the future Ghost Rider right there. So, who's the girlfriend of, Peanut Butter, right?
Peanut butter. Yep.
Yeah, okay. I'm jumping way too far ahead there, but so
Yeah.
yeah, they're watching the scene
The
and
last episode, basically, he died because they weren't good enough kids. And he's like, in hindsight, we probably shouldn't have ended the series like that. Like, yeah.
yeah, it makes it but it's they're trying to fool the audience to thinking that he actually died.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
you realize you're actually watching an episode of the character dying from way back. So,
Yeah.
he's actually in the hospital, but he's not dying, so
Yeah. And he's basically just having a panic attack over having to do actual work.
mhm.
And
So anything
yeah. And Todd's gonna set up the party and have the ghostwriter come to the party so that way it's kind of casual. Yeah, but it's also clearly a quinceañera for a girl.
Yeah, is that so? Is that a regular thing? Because I've seen that on YouTube.
A quinceañera?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Spanish or Mexican culture. I think it's Mexican culture, and it's when a girl turns 16.
I was at 16. Oh, I thought it was 15. Okay, okay,
15, 16? It might yeah, it might be 15.
okay. And like I said, I've seen videos over the past couple of years. I just didn't know how. I assumed after seeing a couple, that it was just a regular thing. It seems it's almost like the level of a wedding reception. Almost, it's like
Yeah, some of them can be.
some
Yeah.
pretty big stuff there. So okay. Uh,
Mhm.
so it's have this and there's no why was it why was she there? Hold on, you
So the party here, the quinceañera, I'm assuming is for the people because he had to throw the quinceañera for this girl whose father is the mafia person. And BoJack has no idea what's going on. And he's like talking to Todd about it. And Todd's like, nah, this is normal. This is what happens at parties. And just kind of sweating over in the corner. And
and
BoJack's like, yeah, okay.
then the whatchamacallit is beating is a horse. It kind of looks
Yeah,
like
it does look like it's BoJack.
so
Yeah.
all
And
right.
Mr. Peanut Butter is there.
Trying to pause it. There was yeah
And then
these
yeah.
trying to get to the guests here. Hold on. There she
Mhm.
is. That's the
Yeah.
this is the woman that becomes the Ghost Rider. But
Yes.
and when as Bojack's talking to her, it seems like he's like trying to come on to her.
Yeah,
Um,
he likes her. They kind of have a little bit of a thing going. Diane, her name is.
yeah, thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we find out Peanut Butter walks in and it turns out that they're already dating. So
Yes, that they're
he
dating.
gets
And like he thinks it's weird because Mr. Peanut Butter is like super weird and chipper and like happy all the time. And Diane's pretty reserved. So the fact that the two of them are dating is a little odd, I think. But
Mhm. Yeah,
yeah.
okay. And so we go through here. Oh, what was? Oh, it's one of the cutaways. Anything
Yeah.
special?
Talking about I don't remember what the cutaway was for, but
Yeah, it's okay. Please. Oh,
yeah.
okay, so this is she's talking about
There he comes. And
yeah.
he can't believe they're dating. And it's like a whole like 2 minutes of you two are dating. You and you, this person and this person. And he goes on like for a solid minute or two of like just disbelief that these two are in a actual relationship.
Yeah, and he says I'm not gonna say the actual words, but he says he put his in your
Yeah.
yeah. I thought that was kind of funny.
This yeah. Just so many different ways to say it. And then he vomits cotton candy for another solid
Oh,
minute.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's there it is. Vomiting cotton candy.
Okay, so that's the first episode. So that's our
Yeah.
introduction to BoJack. As
Mhm.
far as now, obviously you've seen almost most of the series except for a handful, and
Mhm.
as far as this episode by itself, do you think it represents the show as it progresses later on pretty well, or because a lot of times when you have a show early on, they'll as the show progresses they'll change things sometimes,
Right.
different. And then you go back and watch the earlier shows and you go, wait a minute, that kind of contradicts this. But do they stay pretty consistent?
This one, I don't see many contradictions. Their characters are who they are. They get a little more fleshed out, obviously. I think Todd has the most of a shift in his personality because he didn't really have one. He wasn't really, grown up. He didn't have a personality. He didn't know what he was doing with his life, and he's figuring it out through this whole show. And you see the most change in him, um, figuring himself out. And BoJack does go through a few changes, but he kind of has a circular thing where he tries to do a little better, fails, and goes back to being a terrible person. Tries to do a little better, fails, and goes back to being a terrible person. And so he gets farther and farther along each time and stuff, but it's his pattern that he falls into. And Princess Caroline's in it for the whole thing, as is Diane and Mr. Peanut Butter. um you get to know a little bit more about Diane and everything, and Mr. Peanut Butter, yes, what you see is what you get with Mr. Peanut Butter. He doesn't really have depth to him.
Okay.
If any character on the show is the dumb guy, it's Mr. Peanut Butter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So overall, how would you rate this? I guess you could rate it two ways. One as a pilot episode and one as a an episode in relation to the entire series, I guess.
Um, as a pilot episode, I think it introduces you to all of the major character people, gives you a little bit of information on all of them, sets them all up pretty well. So, I don't know. I always feel weird giving things a rating. Maybe 7.5 out of 10 for as a pilot episode.
Okay.
And I think the show itself is like probably an 8.5 or 9 out of 10 for the whole thing. And
Oh,
as
okay.
this being a representation of that, I think is pretty good. I'm not sure how I would make say it differently, but
Okay. Well, I would say it definitely it definitely felt like the characters were not were shallow or anything. Well, except for peanut butter. The
yeah. Well, peanut butter doesn't have any peanut butter doesn't have depth or really get much depth. He
yeah.
gets a little bit here and there, but mostly he is what he is.
Yeah, but I would say they definitely seem to be they had an idea where the show is going for sure when this episode.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I'll give it like about like you did about 7.5 for
Yeah.
this. So and as far as keeping my interest, it definitely kept my interest. Whether or not I
Mhm.
want to watch the entire series, I'm not sure, but it's
Okay.
it definitely kept my interest. It wasn't like I wasn't sitting there going, oh God, I can't wait for this to end or something.
Yeah, yeah.
It's definitely something I would I would recommend to somebody if they were interested in this. It, I guess animation kind of adult situations. So
Yeah, yeah.
for sure. So I watch other adult situations, and I'm not obviously The Simpsons and Family
Yeah.
Guy come to mind, but
Simpsons, Family Guy. I would say like Futurama, Archer. I would probably relate it more to Archer.
I'm
Archer
not
is more of an adult thing.
okay. I watched a TV show back in the '90s called Duckman, which was another adult comedy, and
Okay.
unfortunately, that one, unfortunately, it just didn't really the main character was obnoxious in it, but it just they started to make him stupid, and the show
Mm,
just unlikable to the point where it's like it was hard to root for him at all. I don't know. Does it get like that
right.
with BoJack, where you still like him even though he's kind of obnoxious, though, right? Or would
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, I
I
mean, you
mean,
still wanna watch the show. It's not frustrating to the point where it feels like it's a bad show anymore. It's frustrating in a different way
okay,
because it's like, um
yeah, because the situations you said it would.
yeah, the situations, yeah. So, no, it doesn't get like that, like, it doesn't change bad. It's just I feel like I'm doing a terrible job at explaining explaining my feelings here. But no, it's good. It's good. It's good and solid the whole way through. I kinda binged right through it until the end and, until I got frustrated with his choices and decision making, and I do want to see how everything turns out eventually, but like it was just so hard to watch him destroy himself again. Even though I don't know if he's actually going to do it or not because I stopped because I couldn't take it. So now I have the whole thing of does he do it? Does he not do it? I don't know. Maybe if I don't watch it, he won't do it. But there's only 4 episodes left, so I'm going to have to bring myself to just watch it.
So as
So I
far
guess you care about him a lot by the end. I do care about him a lot, and I don't want him to make the wrong decision, and I can't tell if he's going to make the wrong decision.
okay,
There
that
we
does
go.
answer my question. Yeah, that does answer my
That
question.
was the better way to say that.
Yeah. So okay, and as the writings, like we've pretty much already said, this maintains the same level of consistency.
Yeah, it maintains the level of consistency. I mean, yeah, it's really good.
It looked like it was pretty intelligent.
It
The
is,
kind
it is. It's a very intelligent humor. There's some things you could miss if you're not paying attention kind of a thing.
yeah, like the cat.
Um, yeah, like the catnip tea and like there are a lot of subtle things which I really like when they do that because like anything they draw that has detail, it's got to be there for a reason, you know. So
Mhm.
like they do a lot of that and you can watch a lot of the background things too, like people interacting in the background have interesting little reactions you can watch and stuff. So it's yeah, it's a lot of detail. It's definitely a smart dirty humor.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So definitely. Yeah. Yeah. There's some raunchiness in there. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. So, alrighty. So, did you want to? It's up to you. Do you want to look at the second episode, or did you want to wrap it up with this? Um,
I don't know. Let's see. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock.
yeah. It's yeah. Just after 9. Yeah. Our Eastern time. So
Yes, our time. Let's look at our poll and then see how we feel.
okay. Let's bring that up here. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
let's see.
1 second here. All right. Here we go. Now refresh the
Oh,
screen. 40 votes. Let me refresh it. 44 votes so far, and still got
overwhelmingly dill.
yeah, and no comments yet. So yeah, what's your favorite type of pickle? Dill 70%.
Mm.
11% with your choice, but no one left a comment.
I
Seven
always
percent
think that's funny.
7% tie with garlic and bread and butter, and 5% with sweet gherkins. Is it gherkins or
Mhm.
jerkins? I'm sorry.
Gherkins.
Gherkins. Thank you. Thank you.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Interesting. I kind of thought people would like bread and butter better because it's really like sweet or the gherkins or something.
I don't know if I've had that
But
before. Bread and butter pickles. What is
really?
there? Yeah, I don't, let me see.
And they got like big mustard seeds and they're sweet and it's good. I really like them. I like popping the mustard seeds too when you're chewing on it.
Let's see what this looks like. Maybe I have seen it. Here we go.
I mean, probably. It's just pickled.
Yeah, it looks okay. I think I've had those. I just didn't realize what they were called before. So
Yeah, they're classic bread and butter pickle chips. They're just the sweet version.
in fact, that's probably something similar to what I would buy. I would buy. I told you, I just buy pickles and chew on them. They're already cut up.
Hmm.
So
Right.
for some reason, if they weren't cut up, I wouldn't want to eat them though. I don't know why. So
That's interesting.
it was, even though it's the same thing, it just the taste for me just it seemed different. So I wouldn't do it.
Huh.
So, but
Hmm.
okay,
Yeah, I
alrighty.
like getting whole pickles from the deli and just eating those as a snack. I love pickles.
We'll get back to our poll here. So, all right, anything you'd like to add to that?
Mm, not that I can think of.
Okay, well, we can go ahead and wrap it up if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, we did get a high from, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, Exdorno.
Things
That's,
dormant. I'm
that's
not sure.
yeah, so hi back with a little smiley face. So
Well,
thank
hello.
you. Alrighty, so if you'd like to give you talk about your organization again.
Yes. So, if anybody lives in the Hudson Valley area of New York, you can look up Literacy Connections of the Hudson Valley. We recruit volunteers to teach people how to read, write, or speak English for the first time, or all of the above. I've had people come from other countries that couldn't read and write in their own language either, and we've been able to help them as well. If you are not in the Hudson Valley area, you can always donate. We run entirely off of grants and donations. So you can always help even if you aren't close by. If you know anybody that needs our services, you can also reach out to us. All of our things are offered completely free and
I'm glad
Yeah.
you said that. I'm glad you said that because I didn't even think about that part of it. So
Yeah, so any student that comes to us, they don't have to pay anything, and we do not report immigration status to New York State. So it doesn't matter if you're how you came to us, you are always able to learn.
okay. And the information, there's the donate page if you'd like to donate, and this is anything. Now, as far as the student aspect, like or
Hmm.
the people that need your services, can they do that remotely as well? Did you?
Um, we can't specifically, because New York State is one of our biggest funders, and they want to make sure that our services are going to help the people in our community specifically.
Oh, I
So
see.
they want us to be in person as much as possible, or to have, if they have to be virtual, be make sure that they do reside in one of the counties that we serve in the Hudson Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, and also for those, excuse me, for those who want to support what we're doing here, we have the affiliate link for NordVPN in the description below. So that's, if you open the description below, you'll see the NordVPN link at the top, and then Literacy Connections just below that. So,
Hmm.
if the in NordVPN, just in case you're wondering, we do get about, on average, it looks like about a little less than 200 clicks a week on the link. So people are going to it.
Yeah,
We
that's good.
we
I
got
did look it up, and it was a significant discount, which I was surprised by how much of a discount it was. So,
yeah, so
yeah,
yeah,
it's definitely a good way to go about it.
yeah, if you decide to purchase it, that helps support fund what we're doing here, and we really appreciate that. So, anything else you'd like to add before we wrap everything up?
No, maybe next time, if you're gonna comment on this video and tell me if you've finished BoJack and if you're satisfied, maybe.
Okay. Did you want to choose something for next week while we're still live to let people know what we're going to
Good
talk
point.
about?
Let's see. So, did you say you have or you have not seen Archer?
I've not seen Archer. No, I've not. No, I've not seen it.
Let's let's do Archer next time, and then after that, we can go back to Ted Lasso.
Okay, Archer. Okay, and then that's another animated show. Is
It
that
is
correct?
another animated show, yes, and it's
Okay.
my favorite animated show.
So what we'll do is we'll do the I guess the pilot episode. I guess would that be good?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Okay.
so funny, because watching the pilot episodes, like, they were Archer started out as, like, a smaller thing, and as they got more funding, you can see the progression of how they got more funding because of how much better the animation gets over time.
Oh,
It's
that's
so
cool.
blocky in the beginning, but the writing is still hilarious, so
Well, I guess you could say that the same with The Simpsons. If you ever watched The Simpsons,
mhm.
I don't know
Um, I
if you
didn't
watched.
watch The Simpsons so much, I'm so more in Futurama.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, the Simpsons. I don't know if you know this. Started on another show called the Tracy Ullman Show. It was part
Oh,
of a.
yeah.
It was actually if you went to a commercial, when they went to the commercial breaks, they would run the Simpsons during, like, going into and out of commercial breaks, and then they decided to make it its own show. But like you said, that really,
Mhm.
you can notice that the animation is like really crude. And as the
Yeah.
show, as they had more short, these little intros and outros, it got better. And then when they had their own show, it was still not in its final stage, but you could see, the first to second season, you could see the animation get better and better, kind of like what you're
Yeah.
describing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so okay, Archer. And when did that come out?
Ooh, while
Within the past
ago, let's
decade?
see. Yeah.
I don't want to give too much away because I want to go to a fresh and blank. So I don't
It
even want to know what it's about. So,
started in 2009.
oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Alrighty. And how long is the pilot episode? Is it like standard, like 20
Yeah,
minutes, half hour?
standard like 22 minutes, I guess.
Okay. Well, what
And
I'll do
it's
is
definitely a comedy. It
I'll
has
watch the.
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
I
Go ahead.
no, it's okay. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I'll watch the first two episodes, so and just in case we want to do both. But yeah, that way
Okay.
I won't feel like I'm too far, behind or whatever. I guess I probably won't help very much anyway. So I don't know why I just said that. So it probably wouldn't matter anyway. But so okay,
Yeah.
well, Archer, we'll do Archer next week, and thanks for everyone for watching, and we'll see you then.